Singapore has recorded more than 62,000 of COVID-19 infections. The mortality rate is below 0.1%, but it is not known how many people's mental health have been impacted by the pandemic. The director of NUH's Mind Science Center, Professor John, stated that the social isolations during circuit breaker contribute to increased anxiety among some Singaporeans. In Singapore, the Samaritans of Chief Espetan said that they received an increase of more than 22% in the number of calls attended to their 24-hour hotline in April 2020. With school and workplace shutting down and restrictions on movement in play, individuals may start to feel a control over their situation as well as feeling more stress that they get harder to manage. I believe that the circuit breaker has a huge impact on nursing students as learning hands-on skill is important for all nursing students along their learning journey. At the heart of our research are the voices of Year 3 nursing students faced with extraordinary challenges at one of the most stressful moments in their education. College students comprise a population that is considered particularly vulnerable to mental health concerns. Our findings suggest a considerable negative impact of the circuit breaker. By conducting online Zoom interview survey in the midst of the pandemic, we found that a majority of the respondents were experiencing increased stress and anxiety due to a few factors such as sleeping and eating pattern, social isolations during the circuit breaker, as well as the sudden transitions to home-based learning. In addition, the results of the perceived stress scale shows moderate high levels of stress among our respondents. Here are some of the key results found. 60% of the respondents found that circuit breaker had threatened their existence and they found it difficult to adjust to the new routine during the lockdown period. 90% of the respondents indicate that their overall interactions with other people such as friends had decreased significantly. 85% of the respondents reported increased academic workload, lack of motivations to study, and a tendency to procrastinate. Do you feel unmotivated or you are too tired to complete tasks you previously found exciting? Sounds like you are burned out. The lockdown can be stressful and it's completely normal for you to feel how you do. Now, let me give you 3 tips on what you can do to build your mental resilience during these unprecedented times. Tips number 1. A mental health advocate said that in order for every of us to be mentally healthy during the pandemic period, it is important for us to be committed about staying with friends and family members. For example, having exercise virtually online with friends or do a home workout with your family members. Maintaining a strong social connections either through social media, texts or calls is as important as prioritizing a healthy diet and sleep pattern. This period is also an opportunity to catch up and engage in meaningful conversations with family members. Tips number 2. Take things one step at a time. For students under stress, an ordinary school workload can sometimes seem unbearable. Try to pick up one urgent task and work on it. Once you accomplish that task, choose the next one. Checking off tasks will give you a sense of accomplishment and make things feel less overwhelming. Tips number 3. For those who need someone to confide in, there is no shame in reaching out. There are hotlines to call, including a national care hotline and mental well-being webinars to join. For example, Brown Center has launched daily workout sections and mindfulness workshops that participants can join either via Facebook Live or Zoom. Staying at home for a long period of time can be physically and emotionally taxing. It is important to keep in mind that instead of hanging on a constraint, try to view circuit breaker as a chance for you to do something meaningful. Focus on the things that are within your control. It is also important to acknowledge your own limits and do small activities that can improve your self-care and strengthen your resilience. Practice mindfulness, gratitude, self-compassion, and live it in the moment. Together, we can live with COVID-19 and get life to be as you want for.